Peace, love, and life, fam. How y'all doing? I hope that everybody is doing all right and in good spirits on this amazing Tuesday afternoon, Mars Day. I hope that you guys have done something constructive today. Any which ways, this channeling is on the Nottoway plantation burning down. Let's just get straight into it. I asked, why did the plantation burn down? Like, why was it burned down? I mean, for obvious reasons. We know why it was burned down. You know, everybody have their own opinions and insight on it. So, I mean, this is just what I asked and what I channeled. So, let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know what you think about this type of video. I don't know the deep history of this plantation. I mean, outside of the fact that it was a plantation, you know what I'm saying, and it needed to be burned down. Let's just be clear. But the behind the scenes history of the plantation, I don't know anything about it. I have not done any research on it. Who owned it? Why this? What? I don't know. I don't know anything. So if you know something, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. I truly appreciate your feedback. If I touch on something that hits home, that makes sense, let me know, because again, I am just going on what I see in spirit. I'm not going on facts, research. I have done, just giving this disclaimer, I have done no research about this place. I just, I read in the blogs what happened, just like everybody else read in the blogs what happened. So, as far as what really went down behind the scenes and why this plantation was burned down, simply because this place was a portal. I asked, and this what came up. This place was a portal, period, point blank. Um, Now, I know that the place was used for like celebrations such as parties, birthdays, weddings, receptions, so on and so forth. That was like the true intention for the use of the place. Now, there's a kind of, I got a lot of mixed energy coming through, so y'all bear with me. Now I do want to say this: the person or the people that owned the plantation, there was like a conflict in interest as to how the place was used or how it was ran. And I don't know this to be a true or to be a fact, but from what I'm channeling, this was like a family business. This is what I'm getting. It was ran by one person in particular. It was ran by a man, and it was inherited. It was inherited from, from it was a generational property, if that makes sense. And he ran it. And the reason why he kept it going, the place should have been shut down, but shutting it down would not have been enough. The place literally needed to be burned down. I'm going to tell y'all why. But first, let me say this. The gentleman that was running it, his whole idea of wanting to run that plantation was built on the idea of that scare tactic. It was built on the idea of that haunted house theme. You know how, Louisiana being what it is, being, having the plantations, the haunted house. I don't know how to explain it or put it into words, because I'm trying to channel it as I see it. But his idea for doing, not saying this is right. I'm not saying what he did was right. Okay, I'm not siding with what he did and why he kept the place open, or why the family or whoever the fuck had this plantation open, kept it open. I'm not here for that. I'm just saying what I see in the spirit. Okay. He, and I'm saying he because they are telling me it was specifically whoever was over the estate, whoever was over the estate. It was a man. Okay? He wanted to have this thing of a haunted house thing where people will come and have that haunted house experience. Y'all with me? Y'all follow me? This is what he wanted to have. The place was definitely haunted. He knew that. The family knew that. It's been haunted for generations. And so I think there was a point in time where the place was shut down. Like there was no activity. Like there was no humans. Cause I'm visioning. I'm seeing a vision where the place was shut down for a no a long amount of time. It was empty. It was vacant. It was just nothing going on there for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know why it wasn't occupied for years. And because it was an ancestral property, whoever this man was or who these family, because it was ran by him, but it was owned by multiple families. And there was definitely a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, like conflict of interest as to how they wanted it to be ran. But he was the head honcho, the head person in charge, whoever the fuck this man is popping up. He wanted to, again, y'all, I keep repeating myself. And I do that a lot when I'm channeling heavy like this, because I'm trying to make sure I'm saying the right thing and I'm getting the message out. So y'all love me through it. But he wanted to, when he came, when he got to the point where he could take over this estate or take over this property, he wanted to go with the theme of the haunted house theme. So that was that. And of course, they used it to have the social stuff, the social parties, the whatever shit they had going on. They did that. It was definitely a cash cow for them. It was definitely a means for them to generate income and make money off of this. Somebody was being greedy. There's a female energy here. She was being greedy when it came to how she wanted to run it and how she, wanted things to go. So they were both like at odds with how they wanted to. It could have been a brother or sister, but they definitely didn't agree on how things was ran or how it should have been run. Oh God. Okay. But yeah, one of the female counterpart in this, she was greedy. She was being extremely greedy and extremely, she was using it for her own selfish gain. She was somebody, whoever this female is. So that man that's running it, okay, this is what I'm getting. The man that was in on it, this could be a brother or sister. I'm gonna just go with that. I'm gonna just go with that storyline for now. It could have been a husband and a wife, but I really strongly get it was a brother and a sister. And the brother was kind of like more behind the scenes, and the sister was more in the forefront. She was the face of the business, and she was like the one that was being greedy. She was the one that was really like gaining the money and the notoriety. I said that right, y'all, of how this plantation should have been ran. But his idea was, you know, her too, she was in on it too. They wanted to go with this haunted house theme. But there definitely was some type of betrayal that happened. There definitely was some type of betrayal that happened with There was definitely a family feud that took place because it was some stuff that was going on behind the scenes that they didn't agree with, but they allowed it. Now, there was a lot of paranormal activity going on there. I mean, duh, it's a plantation. A lot of paranormal activity going on. There was definitely a lot of trapped souls there. There was one entity there, one angry entity there in particular. She was very territorial. She was a old she could have been like an ancestor of the 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 brother and sister that owned it current day. She probably was like the original owner or something like that. But her spirit, whoever this old spirit was that um that dwelled in that plantation, she was very territorial. She was very vengeful and she was very vindictive. And she made her presence known when people would come there, which is why they went with the haunted house theme and why they kept it open, why they kept it going. Thus, why the shit needed to be burnt down. Now, yeah, but there was definitely some type of matriarch that they, a ancestor or somebody that they paid homage to, that energy was definitely there, that was heavy there, it was felt there. People probably got a chance to see it, feel it, especially around the full moon. Like, if you was somebody that, which it would never be me because I would never go anywhere like that, but for the people that did stay there, like, visited there for whatever reason, stayed, visited. If they stayed around a full moon, that's when those energies would really be active. It would be like a lot of paranormal activity during the full moon. There was heavy, heavy feminine energy that dwelled in that place. If y'all follow me, it was a lot of feminine energy that dwelled there, but one entity in particular, she was an angry, vengeful entity that haunted the place. But another thing that went on with this place that a lot of people, y'all might know it. I didn't know this. And for the people that's tapped in, y'all might already know this, but ain't nobody gave me the memo. Ain't nobody sent me the memo. They was having seances there because they knew the place was haunted and they knew the spirits that occupied the place. There was a family member that would lead seances. So, like I said, some of y'all might already know this, but if you didn't know, now you know. This place was a portal that housed a lot of trapped souls. And the reason why the place was a portal and the reason why these souls were trapped there is because these motherfuckers was having seances there. And there was profiting off of the seances. So what we know is, yeah, the place was used as a what? A resort or whatever. But what we didn't know, or what I didn't know, y'all might have knew, but I didn't know, the place was a portal and they had seances there. And they had their rich uppity friends that would come there and they will host. And it's one woman in particular. This is probably why the man and the woman was at odds with each other about how the place should have been ran. Either way, the shit should have stayed shut down. It should have been, it should have stayed shut down. But On one hand, the man wanted it to be this way. On the other hand, the woman was like, nah, I want to do something else with it. I know it's spirit here. I know it's multiple spirits here, and I know it's one in particular here. She probably, I feel like that bitch was a witch, or she was really, really heavy into like metaphysical shit, voodoo, hoodoo, or whatever dark shit she was into. This bitch was into some dark shit, and she took advantage and used to have seances there with for her and her uppity rich friends. And it was nothing that he could do about how she did things, because it was it was a family, it was a family property. It was a family house. It was a generational house, and multiple people owned the shit. So it wasn't like one person in particular owned it. Multiple, But I'm strongly getting a brother and a sister. But y'all, I really don't know this. This is just what I'm channeling. I don't know anything about these people, who owned it, the history of it. I'm just going by what I channel and what I'm seeing and what the people them telling me. So I'm going to leave it here. It did need to burn down. It just needed to happen. This shit needed to burn down. Um it was time. It was time for that place to be burned down so that those trapped souls can be freed. And it just was a symbol of it was a symbol of pain for for that place. That just was a constant reminder of what happened. And those spirits those spirits were definitely vindicated. They were definitely vindicated. There is a there is one spirit in particular that is at peace. That's what I'm getting, y'all. There's one in particular that's at peace. I don't know who this feminine energy is that's appearing, but there was definitely one feminine energy there that has been vindicated, and that's at peace now that the place has been burnt down. And ashe, as it should. But any which ways, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know if y'all like this. If y'all want to see more videos like this, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Um, Make sure you hit the like button. And if you love the vibe, consider subscribing. All right, you guys. And until next time, ashe, ashe, ashe.